like the dumbing down of people. Now, when they started changing the history books, changing the dictionary, rewording the Bible, the holy books, slightly, but every day they would, I mean, every generation you'll see a different definition of certain words in the Quran, and therefore, or in the Bible, and therefore uh, that generation have a different comprehension of the modern current world that they're living in. And the parents don't uh, teach the children the history as they know it. They rely on the system to teach them. So what happens is you have a different look at your history. They make it seem like the Indians were the bad guys, or the Native Americans were the bad guys, the Mexicans, all them. They make it seem like they were the bad guys and stupid, and they make it seem like the African that were slaves were happy, and it wasn't all that bad what they went through. But now, when you really look at it, when you go back to the frontier days, who brought whole houses into America? Gambling houses. Who brought the fire water in? Who brought who made drugs, using the drugs a pastime and habitual uh, way of living? Who was walking around strapped all day and all night, had their guns, and if somebody make a mass, shoot them up. Then when you go come up a little further into the roaring 20s, you start getting, well, they had gangs before the roaring 20s. But, you know, this movie, The Gangs in New York, and that was a gruesome period in time. So they was the first one that had gangs that operated on that level. And then they had, in the 20s, they had gangsters, the mafia, so forth. And then around the 40s and 50s, they had organized crime. You know. So the crooks that founded this country called America were still crooks, but they they passed laws so couldn't nobody else be no crooks but them. If you got caught being a crook, if you get caught, that's the key word, not to get caught. Being a crook, too bad. You got a place for you. But can't nobody judge them because they the top crooks. So we're going to continue this and put a cap on it on the next video. This is Black Light.